didn't know the difference between music team and choir. Rebecca educated me. You have a choir too. God bless that. God bless you. Welcome. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, come on. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, now the heavens can hear you. Good job. So let's take a nice deep breath. Just grateful that we're here this morning. And we're going to see this whole area surrounded by the light of the angels and the ascended masters, the teachers, the guides, our personal teachers, and then something that came from Alijandra the other day. Let's see a dome on top with a beautiful, let's make it an amethyst today. Yeah, let's let all of that beautiful color and light and energy from the universe and within ourselves pour out. And we thank you, Spirit. We thank you for the opportunity to come together on the earth plane as souls, where we meet each other again, where we can celebrate, where we can anchor ourselves in our blessings and then go out and spread that joy and love to the rest of the world. So we thank you for this time together. Thank you for each and every soul here today, every soul who's not here today. And we ask for prayers and healing and blessings for those who are going through some physical trials, as we know we all do, and emotional and mental trials. We just hold that in very deep, deep healing, knowing that the God within us is always well, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. So as you get your gift ready for sacred space, what I'm going to ask you to do is to just take a nice deep breath. And just know that you are abundant. And you know, that doesn't always mean money. Everything that you need is always there for you. Everything that sacred space needs is always here for us. As we keep growing and spreading the word, the blessings from your gifts help us do that, but also of your time and your talents. So thank you for everyone who's been stepping up to do that, who's been helping with the space and helping with the activities, and so many more things to come. So we just are going to go into that deep gratefulness of spirit, thanking the Great Spirit for everything that is ours to create. However that shows up in our life, we're going to take responsibility for it. We're going to own it. We're going to love it. And if we need to, we're going to recreate it. We're going to make it something that gives us joy and gives us all forms of abundance and love. Our ability to express in the physical form. And we so appreciate that. And so that is. Amen. Okay, I have some announcements. As Michael passes the basket around. Okay, so I'm just trying to think where I'm at. Here I am. Okay, all right. So this Wednesday is going to be, we have a different theme every Wednesday. So this Wednesday is meditation and music with Rebecca Shepherd, Reverend Rebecca Shepherd. And that, holy cow, I was transported last month. That was very, very deep, very beautiful. So thank you for that. And this is not on the calendar, but it's going to be an ongoing thing. We'll get it on the Sacred Space calendar. Shamanic Healing Clinic at 7 p.m. May 9th. That's a love offering. That's with Leslie Grasha. So bring your drums, your rattles, whatever that you would like to do. And she does a profound shamanic healing clinic. So those of you who have taken her classes in shamanism know that. So isn't that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think Celine is here and a couple others are here who have taken her class. So Bill too, so really grateful. So come and join her. By the way, I'm just going to say this. Now, if you were here the Wednesday prior, when Leslie was here, you may have heard a little bit of resounding banging on the door. It's because, yeah. Like, stop it! So Rebecca talked to them, and then I went over and had a talk with our neighbors at Oregon School of Massage and said, we want to be good neighbors. So I know you do too. And so anyway, we're in agreement with them. Friday nights are really nice for them. So, you know, they're doing really important work. And you know, when we're in areas like this, we all have to find ways to work in harmony and keep our hearts open. So we don't expect that to happen again.
We only make noise one Wednesday a month, normally. You know, it's just kind of extra with Leslie.
Well, it was really a blessing because the lady who came over said, you know, I'm the troublemaker. When I met her, I said, oh, I don't know any troublemakers in my life. I only know opportunities. So, you know, and she said, you know, I'm really sorry it caused you pain. I said, that's no pain. Again, it's an opportunity. Hope you come to service, see what it's like on the inside.
And if you still want to bang on the door, go for it.
She had to laugh. And thought, you want to hug me, huh? Oh my goodness. So May 10th, dance deepening and leader training. And that's with Stephen Pierce. So if you are thinking about being a dance leader, hi Stephen, I'd like to locate you. Hello. So did you want to say something about that? Or?
Well, that date is not happening. It's going to be something different. So that it didn't work out. So that's,
okay. So is it going to be like something different here, or later?
Yeah, it'll be later.
Okay.
So we're getting ready to start a three-year deepening program.
Oh wow.
And
okay.
so we'll be doing weekend workshops 3 times a year for 3 years. And
wow. Okay.
so this one that we're going to do this next Saturday was going to be a sort of an introduction to that.
Perfect.
So
Is that going to be here?
We're rescheduling that.
But we're rescheduling, so it's not happening.
It's not happening on the 10th, but we'll let you know when it
do
does
that,
happen.
Will be here?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be here, but we'll probably. But May 13th is Dances of Universal Peace with Stephen Pierce. Is that happening?
Yes.
I'm just teasing you. 7 to 9 p.m. If you have not if you have not come to do this, it is not like a square dance, okay? And it is not like the cha-cha-cha. It is like beautiful spirit soul movement. And the steps are very, very easy. The music is very transporting from different traditions, and Stephen does a beautiful job. So I hope you come and check that out sometime because it's amazing.
Well, and that's where we took Love, Serve, and Remember.
Right.
Was from that.
Yeah.
From the Dances of Universal Peace.
That's right. Okay, music and meditation. And then before the Wednesday service, if you would like to tap into your inner woo-woo, look, I don't make this stuff up. I'm just reading it, okay? With Reverend Shelley Dana and Deb Kovac, that's free. And you're invited to an afternoon of coffee and talking. She says, when we find we are just chatting with others, we end up giving each other readings, visions, and words of wisdom to those who we are chatting with. So that's going to be upstairs right before service, so 5 to 6 p.m.
Bring your toys.
Huh?
Bring your toys.
Bring your toys, yep. And then Reiki 2 on the 17th with me, 10 to 6. It's $100. You can make payments. This will be the second to last time I teach Reiki. I'm going to finish up this group of Reiki and with the Reiki masters, and then I'm going to teach one more round of Reiki 1, 2, and 3, and then it's no longer mine to do. Because there's enough of you Reiki masters out there that you can teach. And I'm not saying you should, but if you would like to, I'm going to step out, and then you're going to maybe step in. So time to step up. Right?
No pressure.
Because you know me, I don't put anybody on the spot. I don't do that much. Yeah, after service, if you would like to get a wholeness blessing with Trina Butler, this is some of the work that, Trina, where are you at? Some of the work that David Michael Hash did, right?
Yeah.
So, and so she took that training and she's going to give a wholeness blessing. So it is a very profound experience. So you can meet her in the common area afterwards. Okay, and then I'm going to talk about Alijandra in just a minute, but not yet. Because right now we're going to do, Rebecca's going to do I Am That I Am.
Special music.
Special music.
Special music. This is new, isn't it? How do you think I feel about this? Actually, I feel good about it. I'm feeling good, so I'll do my best. I always do. I'm walking in love today. Oh yes, I'm feeling out of love this day. My heart is open and my heart is free. For love is all I can see. And I'm walking in the light of day. Oh yes, I'm seeing lots of light in this day. My mind is open and my mind is free. For the light is guiding me. I am that I am, I shall be that I shall be. Hey ya, Asher, hey ya. There is one light in me, there is one light in me. There's one light in all we see. And I'm walking in joy today. Oh yes, I'm feeling all the joy this day. I have awakened to the bliss in me, and that good is all I can see. I am that I am, I shall be that I shall be. Hey ya, Asher, hey ya. There is one light in me, there is one light in me. There's one light in all we see. I am that I am, I shall be that I shall be. I am that I am, I shall be that I shall be. I am that I am, I shall be that I shall be. I am that I am, I shall be that I shall be. I am that I am, I shall be that I shall be. I am that I am, I shall be that I shall be. I
Okay. So when I was putting together the healing program, the healing ministerial program, I asked Spirit, what books should we use? And I went out on some sources and Amazon, and I said, anything that I need to use, light up. And one of the books that I found was Healing with the Rainbow Waves. It's been a profound book for our class. It is also out of print right now. And so it will be coming back as an edited edition in maybe ebook form, and then maybe later we're going to see something else. Yeah. So, so here's what happens on Amazon with the different sellers. They see that you start to buy, and we didn't know it was out of print, and then all of a sudden we're like, what? You know, they want $100 for this book. So we got enough of the books and everything, but I'm like, okay. I'm getting a hold of the author. You know how I am. I was like, oh. And so there are no mistakes. I'm telling you this. There are no coincidences and no mistakes. So I thought, oh, I'm not going to write. I think I called. Yeah. I'm like, I wonder if this number's still good. And I called and I got Alijandra. And I talked with this beautiful soul. And I said, hey, would you like to come up to Oregon sometime? And she said, yes. And it was really interesting on Thursday, because Mary Lou, bless her heart, came and picked her up, and Carolyn Mayer's family hosted her, so thank you both for your generosity. And so they walked into Gambretti's, and I stood up, and Alijandra and I looked at each other, and she said, I knew that was you. I said, I knew that was you. Well, you know, she was with Mary Lou, but it still sounded good. because, you know, I realized when I looked at her eyes, you know, I had met my soul sister. Yeah. You know, another worker on the planet. And we weren't strangers. And it has been so much love. We had 16 people take this class. And there was so much love and so much exploration and so much traveling these last couple of days. And Alijandra is just like amazing, just amazing. And so, and it's really fun because Alijandra works with the upper ethers. And I work with a lot with the lower energy, you know, the earth energy is a lot in between. And so we kind of like and grounded each other and did the stuff and, you know, and so she kept me floating and I kept her, well, I won't say grounded because you're grounded, but in focus, right? Because I'm like, yay, there's my friend, she's going again. So it was beautiful to see that, you know, so she has this beautiful, like, what I'm trying to tell you is this upper air teaching. It's just so gorgeous. And we're talking, and I wanted to also tell you there are some books back there, folders that have MP3s that she does for sale in there. So you can always Skype in with her, the MP3. She does a couple of radio shows. You had Lynn Andrews on one of the radio shows, right? Yeah, so I mean, you know, just amazing work that you're doing in the world. And then we're thinking about, we know we're going to have her back, but it's probably going to be in August. And she's going to do the mystic arts. And so, ability, levitation, what's that? Oh yeah, bilocation. So, I mean, you know, we're going to be everywhere but here, obviously. So, so really looking forward to that. And I'll be posting that. We'll be doing that on Facebook. I'll be putting it in the newsletter. So we'll have an early bird special like we did this time. It'll be probably a Friday, Saturday. So just kind of be looking for that. Okay, so, and by the way, you know, because you know me, I don't come up with anything on the spur of the moment. And, you know, and I don't put anybody on the spot. And so I said to her, I guess it was like the first day, hey, want to do church service? She's like, because I found out she wasn't leaving until 5, she's like, I said, it's not like a real church. So she says, well, let me think about it. And then she says, okay. So she has been a trooper because she has had no time to prepare for this. So, and then, of course, we have this kind of like lineup of things we do. And so I said, hey, can you dance with this? She's like, okay. So without any further ado, please help me welcome Alijandra.
Look at me crying. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to put this right up here. So we'll have a little guideline here of where to go.
Oh, I kind of memorized it.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. Let me know if I'm close enough here to it. This has been such an incredible trip for me. I kind of feel like I came home to family. And while that happens here and there in different spots, this is one of the most intense of all the different years. And I've been in this work 30 years now and traveling about since 2000 consistently, 1999. And, you know, it's a really, really special place. I couldn't wait to get on the schedule to come back again. So, and you're also wonderful and welcoming, and some of you are new to me today, and some I got to spend 2 days with, so thank you all for coming. Where to start with Rainbow Rays? I started out actually as a nurse, and before that I was a person who liked to look at anatomy books, like all day long. Wow, color picture of the brain, you know, where's this part, where's that part? And so there was always an obsessive interest in the human body, you know, that way. So it was normal for me to go into nursing. And back then, you know, we didn't really have all of these wonderful holistic arts. I mean, it was really hard to find a chiropractor, and let alone a massage therapist. So nursing was pretty much where people put their healing abilities. So I've met a lot of nurses in my time that, you know, opted to go into nursing because they needed to find something to express, you know, and to find some sort of work. And now that would be, of course, nurses' aid work as well as orderlies or other people that, you know, work with those that are ill. So, so I started off as, obviously extraordinarily interested in the metaphysical arena, always from the time I can remember. I can't remember not being interested. And then reading all kinds of books in those arenas. But also, just being fascinated with the human body. And that was the time, too, the heart transplants started up. So I was really, really having fun with purchasing Life magazine. You remember that? A lot of you are of a certain age. I know you remember. And all the heart transplants were there. I was just like, wow. So I went into nursing, and then by the last semester I went, oh, I don't think I'm going to do this. This is not how I envision nursing. But because I put in 5 years of my life into the program, and it was one of the top schools in California that I went to. It was brutal. But I felt like there's some reason that I did this, and it turned out to be later, getting into this work, I feel like a better knowledge of the human body, and it's helped me with some of the specific work that I do multidimensionally with the organs, and because organs are not just organs physically. How many of you started to realize that maybe they go to their portals and their connection points of spirit and things like that? So that was really fun to get into that. So I ended up finishing because I just had to finish, and I took the boards and passed them, held a license for a year, and never went into nursing. And people ask me today, like if I had to do CPR right now, I think I could probably do it, but all that stuff is in there, and I usually can pull it out at some point, but that's my nursing career. Anyway, I decided, at that point I had gotten married, and I had 2 kids, as I am. And then I hit 30, and I said, what have I done with my life? I've wasted my life, Well, I married, had 2 kids, went 5 years to college, hardly wasting my life, but it wasn't what I felt I was here to do, okay? It was some sort of something I had to do. And I would go, I started going back to the psychic fairs, the New Age expos and things. And I would go get a reading, and they would say, oh, well, you're a healer, and I've been there, done that. Well, no, it's something unusual. We don't really know quite what it is. And, they couldn't even find it was color. They just knew it was something really different. So I heard this for a year or 2, and next thing I know, I'm operating the camera for Guy Calkins, the Aura camera. And some of you may know Guy, especially if you've seen him at some of the fairs up here, and he's sort of the grandfather of the Aura camera. And back then it was just a simple Polaroid, and I can tell you stories of spirit guides showing up in these photos when there shouldn't be anything like that in the photos. But we would operate the camera and then read the photos. So it was good training for me to read auras and things. And so I did that for a while, and I took a few things here and there, but nothing really, maybe a little healing course there, but really basic stuff, or a psychic development course here, or whatever. And within a couple of years of that, it kept gravitating me towards color, my path. And it just seemed that always, everything I seemed to do involved color, or the person said a lot about color in the class. And so I went down to a Frank Alper. Do any of you remember Frank? He passed. He was in Arizona, and he was an Atlantean specialist, especially with crystals and numerology. He called it the Moses numerology. Anyway, Reverend Frank, he did a week seminar down there, and I was ghastly ill when I drove down. I remember I was not going to pass this by. I had a sore throat so bad that it would bled. It was like someone took glass and did this, and I felt like someone had beaten me up 50 times, and I had to drive down there 14 hours. But I said, I'm not missing this. This is some sort of test, and I'm going to pass. And so I don't know how I made it down there, and got lots of healing for, on the second, third day. It was not so painful, and I really was glad that I went down there. And after that week, I came back and said, all right, time to hang up the shingle, enough just, hanging out, it's time to do your thing. And at that point, too, I had divorced and had physical custody of the kids, so I had them with me all the time. So it was tough as a single parent, but it was as it was supposed to be. And so went into I just decided, okay, it's gonna be color, and I knew a few techniques, not enough to even teach a half a day at that point. And got my first person who knew me from the fair, had a miracle healing actually. Wish they'd always be like that. Spirit gives you one of those in the beginning, and then the carrot goes up like that. You have to reach out. But it was really an amazing one. And actually, there were a couple at that time that were completely the session was completely gone. And I can't say that about other times, but it was to encourage me, I think, as many people get that. So. And then a year of that, I was so, well, it was really kind of hand to mouth, and we were just making it, and so I couldn't afford a massage table. So I would bring them in the evening after working a full day. I put the kids down, and then come the client for the evening. And I'd lay them on the couch and get down on my knees, and I could only work on one side for a year. And then I got my first table, and at that point, they kept saying to me, it's time to lecture, time to teach, and that kind of thing, and I was really shy, not getting up. And I said, okay. And I went and talked to some locals that had a metaphysical bookstore. She's up here now, actually, in Oregon. And I said, can I come on as a lecturer? And she says, sure, why not? And I remember feeling a lot of butterflies just before I got up. And once I got going with it, I just said, wow, I'm hooked. I mean, it was like no more fear, and it's just been that way. I mean, like I said, there could be 10,000 listening on the radio or 10, and it's all the same to me now, because when you do what you love to do, all the other stuff just goes to the side. You know how that is. So this is a quick thing of just bringing me up to where we are today. And then, I started seeing people teaching classes. More and more material came through. So the half-day class turned into a full day, then a 2-day, and now one level is 40 plus 2-day weekends of material, just 40, just from the matrix material alone that was developed in the late 1990s into the early 2000s. That has 40 classes just by itself. So there's no lack of material. I feel like I've only got a part of the iceberg at this point. With the liquid light work, which is the new stuff, I kind of felt like I was now maybe to the top of the water, not so much underneath anymore, but maybe we were skimming the surface of the water still. Those icebergs are really high. So there is so much more with this work. And it has been prophesied by different teachers like Dwakul, the Tibetan, and theosophy work, if anybody knows Dwakul. And I think an Indian Native American named, I think something Whitefeather, said way long time ago, not 100 years, but I'd say maybe 75 years, that after the 1880s that color healing was really going to get out there, the more rays, not just the transmuting violet flame, but other flames and more rays, and that after the millennium, which we're in now, it would become very, very big because the hospitals and other places would take it on. It's a fabulous modality that's so adaptable that it would become part of our medical system. So that's pretty cool. And I've seen it really grow, obviously. When I first started in the mid-'80s, there was nobody. And this was California, the Bay Area, which has got the highest concentration anywhere. And nobody knew what this stuff was. So I said, well, I have to teach it because I'm not going to be the only one out there doing this. And so over the years, it's developed, and I've been able to do some traveling in the country and out. Once the book came out, it took 7 years working on and off. Came out in '95. That kind of opened some doors for me, and I've written a lot of stuff since then, and have gone social network, as we all have, 3 Facebook pages and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to just make this a big thing about my journey, but it's sort of interesting when these things, when you pioneer something, because I really feel like a pioneer in this form of color healing. And I used to say to St. Tremaine and the others, I think I came here too soon. And, because I kind of feel like, it's like I look around and, where is everybody? Where's the opportunities here? And it was like, no, they would say, you had to come in early so you could pioneer this and get everything ready. Because I often felt like I just sort of jumped into a body too soon after the last time. And, it was a little early for this work. So anyway, that's how it came to be and into all of this. And what we're doing now is just getting more and more I don't wanna say complicated, that's not really it, more and more expansive, how's that? In what we have available to us. And the amazing things that we can do to heal, and I've seen some, I've seen students cure themselves of fibromyalgia, or chronic fatigue, or all kinds of things by working on themselves. It's not so much getting the healings as it is confronting and working on the things within you that, may be resistance areas that may be holding you back. So I know I'm supposed to be keeping, what is the time? Oh, it's right there, okay. So I have 10 more before they. All right, so what I want to do is, rather than just talk about it, it's like I always say, I can talk about the orange ray and how neat it is, or you can say to someone, I've tried this orange piece of fruit, and it's so tasty, and someone who's never had an orange goes, well, how do I know? I might smell it there, but I don't know what it's like. So what I'd like to do is have everyone kind of pair up with a neighbor, and we'll send a couple colors to each other. Does that sound kind of fun? All right. Don't be shy. Find your next door neighbor, or you if there's any odd numbers, we can put 3 with someone. Everybody have a partner? Okay, and normally I'd be coming around you, but I'm not wired for sound, and they need to record this, so. Oh, I can do this with you, that's right, I forget.
I don't know, will it feed back, Stephen?
I'll try to keep it lower, too. Is it okay?
We'll find out.
Well, it was more like.
Keep it close to your mouth.
Keep it closer to your mouth.
Closer to my mouth?
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So everyone has a partner?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, let's get in tune real quick. I know I'm gonna be doing a little meditation later, but I don't like to do anything in this work without doing protection and grounding and all that kind of thing. So close your eyes. And I'm going to ask for everyone to, even if you have a grounding cord in or some sort of way that you've grounded, try this one out, it might be different. And that's to visualize a cord of light coming from your tailbone down into the earth, but it needs to be a grounding color. And that would be a choice of red, orange, yellow, or black. Black is the best grounder, and it's not an evil color for those who might be a little scared of black. It is the dark matter in space, it is the Tao, it's the void from which all the color and creation sprang from. Or we call it the night time or the yang, energy of the yin yang. So make your cord that color and wrap it around a big crystal or boulder in the middle of the earth. And I invoke the archangels of the four corners, Michael, Gabriel, Ariel, and Uriel. And they each stand in the four corners of this healing space, sacred space. And they additionally place a beautiful golden pyramid of protection over this space to allow you an extra. You probably didn't need it, but this is just something to get used to doing if you're going to do some of these things on your own, to do something like this, protection. And at the capstone is Archangel Raphael, the healing archangel. And they do not allow anything to come through except the highest, most compatible, most resonant of energies with our own. If you do feel negative energies or feelings or things that come up in the space, it's only our own stuff coming up. And so we will deal with that too. And a quick clearing, we'll do it afterwards too. Feel as though you're in a shower of light instead of a shower of water. And you can even picture this if you were in a shower. And you feel all those rainbow rays of light coming down as though from source, down over you and through you, clearing away anything that is not yours. So you can say, anything that is not mine, drop away from me now. And it goes just down into the earth. Mother Earth is great about energies, even if they need to be recycled and cleaned up a bit. She totally just loves color, and she will use all of those rays and colors and use them to help the ley lines, the grid, the fault lines, the areas of war and strife, and all kinds of areas that need help. So already, you may be feeling a little lighter, a little cleaner just by doing a little cleansing. Okay, now open up the top of your crown, like you have a lens there. And we're going to ask for probably one of the easier ones to do, and that would be green, the green ray. And one of the things I want to do before you actually start really running it to your partner is to keep this in mind. I invoke the light energy of Source to run through me. I allow myself to be a clear and perfect channel. I don't own the energy. I don't hold the energy. I simply move the energy. You're a conduit, and you don't use your own. So many healers, when they're first starting out, think they need to give their own energy, and that's not a good deal for you or for your partner. You are a conduit, like you're a TV or a radio, or some other, an iPhone, whatever. The energy will, you are the conduit, the solid base in a sense, for that energy to come through you to someone else. Yeah. Multi-dimensions thin for us, and you can go straight to Source, or you can go to one of the multi-dimensions to bring forth a beautiful emerald green ray at this time. Now, it may come through as a different color, like a spring green, lime green, sea green, and forest green, all kinds of greens. They all have a little different meaning and a little different feel. We'll just generically ask for emerald, which is more of a spiritual bent on the green. But if the person needs something else, like some other hue, that will come through for them. And if you see another color that's not even green come through, don't think you're doing it wrong. What will happen is our guides will throw in certain colors the person needs. And this is our opportunity. They go, we might not get that color in there, we better put it in now. So it's not a mistake if you do see another completely different color than green. Okay, go ahead. If anyone has any trouble feeling the energy coming through or sensing it, remember, it's not always feeling it, sensing it, or seeing it, or somehow knowing it. Just wave and I could come over and jumpstart you a little bit. So there are two ways as we're seeing here. People are, I probably should have a transmitter first, but I can see people sending back and forth. That's nice, and I want you to try this one out too. Someone become a sensor, where they just feel it coming to them, and then select your other person to be a transmitter, and then we'll swap. So we'll see 3 different ways in which you can do the energy. So those that are going to receive it, just place your hands in your lap, and then the other person, whoever you decide to be transmitter, will place their hands over yours. You can touch or not touch, it's up to you. And so receivers, just enjoy it. Don't try to work, because half the time they're trying to send energy too. And then the senders will just send the green in. So you'll see the difference. And when it comes through, those that are receiving, let it just flow without resistance through you, and it will go to the spots that you need it the most. Remember, this is the all-purpose healer, and while we can use specific colors for specific ailments and things, green is the to-go-to ray when you're not really sure what ray to use. It's the all-purpose healer. I always say, when in doubt, use green. and it may decide it's going to run to some section of the body you're having a lot of problems with, or pain, or whatever it is. So allow it freely to travel there. And now, without switching positions or roles, transmitters bring in something really different for the field. Let's bring in red. Don't be afraid of red. Some people have red, the fear of red as a color because of some stuff that went on in Atlantean times, and it's just was the misuse of the color, and so it freaked a lot of people out. Because it really did do some damage, and so people carry that memory, oftentimes in the DNA. So it might be a good chance if you fear red to let it come in, so you can then work through that. But it's very energizing, and when you're feeling really low physically, bring in red, wear red, bring it in. It's a vibrant color. It's really, really nice. So see the difference between more of a lukewarm green feel and now the heat of the red as it's coming through. And it might be, we're just leaving it open as to what shade, and that will be perfect, whatever shade comes through for your partner. You might find that it goes through different areas of your body than the green did, or it might follow suit. And just we'll do one more color. I want to try to pick something from all different parts of the spectrum. Red is your physical, green is like a transitional color. It is one of the two heart chakras, the other's rose. But let's do something in the non-physical realm. Why don't we do, let's do clear. This will really stretch you here. Clear is just like you see a clear quartz crystal with prisms in it. If you are able to look deeply within it, you'll see the colors in it. Sometimes I can see it almost like you can see right through it, much like you see steam coming off of a hot hood of a car. There's sort of a ripply effect, and you can see right through it. You know, you're looking through something substantial. The clear is for truth and clarity, and it is one of the upper rays. And it's a mirror. So be prepared to see whatever you might see in that mirror. I always say when you're, say, in an office situation and there's a problem going on, and it seems to be one person that's making the problem or a group of people, if you put the clear ray through the office, it'll tell you the dynamic very well, and will also show you your role in it, potentially, if you're a part of that problem. I think this is such a short time to do it, but we are on a limited schedule today, so I just wanted to give you all a taste of some of the rays. So as you feel them start to wind down, we'll do one last clearing. There'll be a little short meditation soon, but I want to get you used to, if you've worked on anyone, to please clear, because we're carrying around oftentimes a lot of other people's stuff, and once it becomes into your field, it becomes yours until you clear it out. Okay, so picture again you standing in a shower of beautiful rainbow rays, and they flow down over you and through you. And you say to yourself, anything not mine, drop it away from me now. And if you feel things coming up, it's just good to say this anyway, anything that is mine that no longer defines who I am or who I am becoming, drop away from me now. So that's our current baggage. It all goes down into the earth. Are there time for questions? Or?
Yeah, we can go through questions and then we'll have the music and meditation.
Okay. Any questions, anyone? Or is there anyone that would like to share their experience, if they found something dramatic between the three rays, or they felt something go in their body, do something? Yes, Dee? Go. Sorry.
I did, when I was sending her the green, it was like, she took it in and it's like, no, I don't need that, so she just pushed it off to the side, or someone anyway. And so what I got was a square of like the vivid magenta and purple, and then right in the center was the most violet purple heart, and it was just like beaming out, and it was just like wong, wong, wong. And then when you said the red, it was like, I'm not done yet. And so it was like it kind of moved over to the side, so I was seeing like red coming in, but I'm not done yet, you know? And then it was so cool, because it's like, it was not red, it was orange, and it just kind of came in and it went like an eraser. It was just lovely.
Wow. And how'd that feel for you?
And then when you said to change to the clear, I think you felt that too.
Yes, I did.
And I'm telling you, I was in a room of bubbles of so many colors, and they were completely like, oh, hello, hello. It was so fun.
Well, it's interesting, because I didn't say this, that clear has all the other, well, everybody said that has prisms in it, but it is one of the three that has all the other rays in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
have a question. Do you know Steve Barlett? He does the Chios. Have you heard of Chouse or
I
Chios?
have heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
He lives in Shasta now. He moved from LA, or from Arizona. In Chios, we do colors and shapes.
Oh, good.
And we use different sacred geometry shapes when we're doing the treatments, and then we project the different colors. That's pretty cool.
That is. Yeah, there's getting to be more and more. I used to, in the old days, when we were starting out, most of the books that we could find, the only books we could find, were from England on color, but it was just really basic stuff. They didn't give you healing techniques and things generally on what to do with them. But at least for a while there, people could at least see color was viable. But it's taken until, the 80s, 90s, and up, until now the 2000s, to get some decent material on how to work with color. So, I saw some more hands. Yes.
I see, when I was she was doing the interview with me, I kept seeing like a tornado with the colors, and it kept changing to all the different colors, and then like rainbow.
This is a rainbow city. Seriously. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I've often done this in lectures all over, And most people get some have a hard time getting any. I mean, this guy, you're not only getting it in this class, you're like doing rainbows and geometric symbols and all that. I mean, you're way above. You don't have a basic color 1A here. But,
We should probably start with
yeah.
some meditation music.
But I'll be around afterwards. I fly out. Well, we don't have to leave for a little while. So I should be here for some time after the service is over. And feel free to catch me. And all right.
Listen with your heart. Listen with your heart. Listen to the ancient one within you. Taking a nice deep breath in. Acknowledging how eternal you are. How the echoes of the universe have always been within you. How the sounds and the colors have run through your essence always. That you are not apart from anything. And your connection is to listen with your heart. Because the mind can only hold so much, but the heart holds everything. The heart is the memory keeper. The memory keeper of who you have ever been, who you are, and who you are becoming. So with the next deep breath, just go ahead and release anything that doesn't serve you. And with the next deep breath, bring in all that beautiful, loving energy, knowing that you are unlimited. And beginning to notice the colors in your life. Notice the colors in your dreams. Notice the colors in conversation. And start to incorporate that into the very essence of your being. All of your bodies, your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual. And allow that to inform you as you listen to your heart, taking a nice, deep breath in, loving who you are, appreciating the opportunity to be here. And if that's okay, one last deep breath as you bring yourself back into the room. That's good. That's good. Good. Okay. Now, I did forget to tell you that next Sunday we are going to have Charlie Tweet here for Mother's Day. So he'll be here, and then he'll have a concert later that day, and then a workshop on Monday. So be looking at the calendar for that. So let's take a nice deep breath as we appreciate the sacred space, appreciate the flexibility of everyone today for going a little over, and just appreciating all the love, all the healing energy, all the healers in the room, all the kindness, all the effort, and taking that out into the universe today and blessing everyone we see, and so that is. Amen.